You've heard the adage, go woke, go broke. Well, Netflix is falling in that category, and you will not believe who they're blaming for it. We're going to start right now. Hey, my name is Kyle, and welcome to the channel. We take pop culture and politics, and we filter to you right. In this particular video, I'm going to talk to you about Netflix. You may have heard it. They are taking a serious hit in subscribers and market share and all kinds of stuff, which relates basically to the fact that they are a woke company. We're going to show you how woke they are and how disgusting they are, which you probably already know. I canceled my subscription a couple of years ago, right after the Obamas came on. I just couldn't take it. That was the last straw. And right after that, they had the show called Cuties, which we'll talk about in a little bit. A totally disgusting program exploiting children. But let's kick this thing out right here. This article right now is from Fox Business. It says that Elon Musk rips Netflix for woke mind virus. Woke mind virus. I like that term. Making it unwatchable as shares nosedive. Netflix critics agree with Elon Musk's assessment that woke mind virus is hurting streaming service. Well, take a look at this. This is from Zero Hedge. This is an article to show the actual stock price and what's going on there. A shocked Wall Street reacts to the Netflix implosion. This is from today. Look at this chart here. We see it's coming up here. I can't see the actual numbers there because it's kind of blurry. However, let's take a look here. It says for the second quarter in a row, Netflix stock has cratered after reporting earnings. Netflix plunged 28%, losing $42 billion in value. $42 billion in value after the company announced that not only did its paying subscribers shrink for the first time since 2011 in the first quarter, but the company forecasted the loss of another 2 million subscribers in the current quarter, coupled with the devastation from 3 months ago when Netflix plunged 21% after opening similarly dire results and dismal guidance. Here's the article right here from the New York Post. This is from January 21st of this year. NASDAQ falls for fourth straight day as Netflix plunges 22%. So this is a trend, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go down a little bit more here and some more numbers here. I don't want to, you can see for yourself. You can pause the screen if you want, or go to the article. It's from zerohedge.com. And so on and on, minus 57%, telling us to buy Netflix now. It's just a disaster. But let's see what they're saying. Check this out here. Netflix stocks cratered after reporting of plummeting subscribers, which they blame, guess what? Russia. That's right. They blame Russia for it. Shares of Netflix cratered more than 23% on Tuesday after the company reported a 200,000 subscriber loss during the first quarter. And down here later, it says, it's always Russia's fault. The company said that the suspension of its service in Russia and the unwinding down of all Russian paid memberships resulted in a loss of 700,000 subscribers. Again, it says it's always Russia's fault. And so that's the narrative. But I would submit, and many others would submit, like the critics say here in this article, that it is the woke mind virus. Let's go through this pretty quickly here if we can. Billionaire Elon Musk rips Netflix as, quote, the woke mind virus is making Netflix unwatchable. It says here that he tweeted this on Tuesday night about Netflix shares cratering 20% after the company's reported its lost subscribers for the first time in more than 10 years. Like I said, I stopped when Barack Obama and Michelle Obama signed their multi-million-dollar agreement to produce films for them. That was it. I was done at that point. Then you go on. I didn't realize about this, about NASCAR driver Bubba Wallace. I like to call him Bubba Smollett. This is the guy who, well, basically was in on the whole thing that there was a noose in his locker in his garage, and it was proven that it was nothing more than a pull knot that all NASCAR drivers have in their garage. It was proven to be there way before the particular time that it was announced, and he took advantage of that, he did capitalize on that. He's a mediocre driver at best, and there he goes. He went on that victimization, woke agenda, playing that narrative to get money and sponsorships, and he was able to do that. Had that not happened, he probably would have been off of the NASCAR circuit because he sucks. Okay? Here we have a climate change satire show called Don't Look Up, which featured anti-Trump humor, other topics that were pure catnip to liberal voters. And also there was the whole deal with the show about the Latino teacher about how he comes out there saying that it's Republicans' fault and how it is a situation where America was founded on slavery and oppression. This is a Latino teacher teaching a classroom in the sitcom and saying that. And that's another thing. Here we have Umbrella Academy doing what they're doing. You can read that for yourself there. And also the show Cuties, a disgusting program, which I have not watched, but I read enough about it to get a good handle on that. You can read this here for yourself. I'm not going to repeat any of this stuff. It's very, very graphic. I'm trying to respect my audience there, but you can read that, pause it if you want. People do not want to see this sort of programming on television when you have your kids who can watch it and there's no filter in there. I mean, there's no filtering. They can watch whatever they want, and you don't want to support that. And many people do not want to support a network that is oblivious to the needs of families. And it seems to me that they are purposely trying to hurt families and the nuclear family in particular. It says here, quote, until the company breaks out of its left-wing bubble, it will continue to alienate the countless potential customers in the US and around the world. What's I'm here to say? Netflix is now a propaganda machine for the Obamas. I could not agree more. Also says here that Americans don't want woke nonsense, which is what this is. They want to be entertained. Here we go again. Colin Kaepernick, the guy who pretty much lost his job because he sucked to a guy named Blaine Gabbert, had nothing to do with BLM, had nothing to do with cops, had nothing to do with any of that. That was a misnomer after the fact. He just was mad that he was benched for a white guy. And he blamed the whole thing on the whole woke narrative, the whole victimization narrative, and then has the audacity to ask for a backup role in the NFL after putting together a documentary about how the NFL draft is like the slave trade. So which is it? I mean, what a total knucklehead. The only thing here on Netflix that really has any redeeming value is the fact that they took up after Dave Chappelle, probably because he's such a popular comedian that they just wanted to just go for the money there. But there's a lot of internal strife when they actually supported Dave Chappelle. In fact, the CEO said that he screwed up by defending him. If you know what I'm talking about, we did a video on this. It's called The Closer. Dave Chappelle goes off on a whole agenda of people, and in that particular video made a lot of people in the LGBTQ community really, really upset. And then they ended up having backlash and walkouts, but they stuck by him, and I believe they're actually getting him some more roles. Also, it should be noted that Netflix is one of the highest contributors to leftist causes. Democrat Party, Bernie Sanders, Warren, all those people, they have an underpinning of liberal agenda in the organization, and people are just tired of it. And the whole notion behind wokeness is this, is that we have a position. If you are opposed to that position, then we must cancel you, move you away from the public sphere of criticism, and that way we're relegating ourselves to a smaller group, alienating everyone else. That group gets bigger and bigger and bigger because guess what? There are more and more issues that are offensive, and eventually you become a shrinking minority of everyone that you have canceled becomes now the majority, and ultimately you get canceled yourself. It's the whole thing of go woke, go broke. It's just a matter of time because there is no end, there is no ceiling, is no standard whatsoever. There's hypocrisy across the board. People have common sense and can see it for what it is, and they will walk with their feet and their pocketbooks to areas that will support their values. In doing so, you're going to create a whole new culture outside of all that. And again, it will self-implode. And that is what we're seeing now. I have not seen one case where a woke agenda has been profitable over the long term. You see it now, even with Colin Kaepernick. You can see right now that it's coming on himself. He wants to get back into the NFL, despite the fact that he is saying that the NFL is a slave organization, more or less. And so what are your thoughts on that? What do you think about Netflix totally cratering in their market value, losing so many subscribers? Will it continue? Is the business model in trouble? What do you think? Please comment below. I'd be curious to know what you think. And if you like what we do on this channel, we take pop culture and politics and filter to you in a conservative manner, then please check out some more videos that we have for you right